crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have 5 super easy spring DIY decor ideas that I'm going to share with you that I think you'll really enjoy. If you want to know how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thanks for watching. I love you guys.
Okay, for this first one, I'm just taking a bunny that I got at Hobby Lobby and I'm going to paint it with some Rust-Oleum flat brown paint. And then he's like a little chocolate bunny. How cute is that? Then I'm going to take a 6-inch by 3.5-inch piece of cardstock and I'm just going to score it right down the 3-inch line. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half and we're going to make a little backpack for him. So I'm going to glue down one side and then I'm going to glue down the bottom and then I'm just going to seal it up like an envelope. Okay, next I'm just going to cover it with some fabric, and I've just got some linen fabric here. You just need enough to cover it up. And make sure your seam runs down the back. Cut off the bottom about 1 inch from the bottom, and then we're just going to glue it up. But you want to make sure that your seam ends in the center of the back, because that's what's going to be against the bunny and you won't see the line. Just kind of gluing all this in, and we're going to cut the top off about 1 inch from the top of the cardboard, and then we're just going to go ahead and glue it inside. Just tuck it on in. Okay, next I'm just going to take a ribbon and I'm just going to figure out exactly how much I need to go around so I can tie a bow off in the front. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach my ribbon right to my little backpack. And we're going to kind of meet in the middle of the back. And then we're just going to tie it around the bunny and we're going to tie our little bow off onto the side. And then just go ahead and clip off any excess ribbon. Okay, next I'm just going to grab some flowers and I'm going to put them in his backpack. Now I'm going to kind of squeeze the backpack open a little bit to kind of break up the fibers a little bit. I'm going to bend my flowers outward so that they hang out the back a little bit. And I'm just going to start gluing them into the backpack. Next, I'm just going to take some moss, some green moss I got at Michael's, and I'm just going to put it in the front to kind of push all those flowers back away from his body. Then I'm going to add a couple more little flowers just to kind of fill in the gaps. And there he is. How cute is that? A little chocolate bunny. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. Next, I got this little bunny at the Bullseye section at Target for $3, and I'm going to paint it with that same flat brown paint. Next, I got this little bird cage in the same place at Target for $5, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of it with a metallic, flat, burnished amber paint. After it's painted, I'm going to start assembling it. I'm going to take my little chocolate bunny, and I'm going to put a brown ribbon around his neck with little polka dots on it. This brown paint was perfect for making chocolate bunnies with. And I'm just tying this onto the side of him. Next, I'm going to take some little eucalyptus vine that I had. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it enough to get inside of here, and then I'm going to glue the two ends together to hold it together. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my bunny right in the center of it. And then I'm going to put my bird cage lid right back over the top of it. Just kind of hold it in there a little bit, and then when you get the lid for the bird cage on, you can start adjusting it. Yeah, and just kind of pull it a little pieces out, you know, kind of around the edge, just so it's not just so perfect. And then I'm going to take some lavender, and I'm going to pull off some little sprigs of it, and I'm going to tie up 10 of these with a rubber band. And I'm just going to glue these right into the back side of this, just right down there in that little corner. Next, I'm going to take a little flocked bunny that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put him right in the front, or right in the side. Just kind of put just a little bit of glue to hold him in. I'm not using a lot of glue on this because I may want to use this bird cage for something else later. And then I'm coming in with some little butterflies that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue one on the front and one on the back. I was real happy with the way this one turned out. It was super simple. Next, I got these little rain boots at Target for $3 a piece, and I'm going to paint them with a textured sandstone Krylon paint. Just go ahead and paint them completely, and then we're going to come back in where that ledge is, and we're going to tape around it so we can paint a different color on the ledge. And I'm going to use a ultra flat camouflage tan khaki paint by Krylon. Next, I'm just going to take some ribbon and I'm going to make some bows. Now, I'm not going to tie these in a bow. I'm going to actually create the bow by doing a loop. I'm going to tie a rubber band around the center to hold it together, and I'm just going to cut the back of it off. This is an easy way to make a bow that looks perfect. Okay, next I'm going to take another piece of ribbon. I'm going to cut it about 4 inches in length, and I'm just going to cut it at an angle on both sides, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it together and trim them off so that they match. And then I'm just going to gather it up and put it right behind that bow and put another rubber band around it. Then I'm going to take another piece of ribbon. I'm just going to cut it off straight. And that's what I'm going to fold that up, and I'm going to use that to put around the center. So just kind of make it kind of narrow. And then we're going to wrap it around the front and glue it off in the back. Going to glue it right to the front of my little rain boots. Okay, next we're going to take some floral foam, and we're just going to figure out exactly how much we need to go inside of each one of these little boots. And then we are going to glue them into the bottom of the boot. Okay, next I got these little tulips at Amazon. I'll give you the link for those, and I'm just going to cut them a little bit short just to go in here. You want them enough to where they kind of are still lifted up high, but not too high. And I'm putting 6 in each one of these. Just make sure that they're pretty close to the same height. And then I'm just going to come in with some little boxwood sprigs, and I'm just going to kind of fill up the base of it. This was pretty super simple project. You could do this really quickly. All right, there you have it. How cute did those turn out? I really like these tulips. Let me know in the comments what your favorite spring flower is. Next one, I'm just going to take a 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch by 12 inch piece of wood. I got this at Lowe's, and I'm going to cut this at 2 1/4. I'm going to cut one at 3 inches, and then I'm going to cut one of them at 4 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to take a sanding block, and I'm just going to kind of bevel the edges a little bit. Then I'm going to take some plastic wrap. I'm just going to put it down on my workstation, and then I'm going to cover it with a piece of paper because I am going to stain these, and I don't want it will bleed through your paper, trust me. And then I'm just going to take some Minwax Special Walnut, and that's what I'm going to stain these with. And be sure to do the top and the bottom also. And then I'm going to paint 3 little birds that I got at Target with a satin black paint. Now I'm just going to assemble it. I'm going to take my pieces of wood, and I'm going to attach this metal ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree on the top of it. I'm just going to go around the top of each one of these and glue these off in the back with E6000 glue and hot glue. And these will, if you bend them back and forth after you get it just kind of snipped a little bit, it'll break apart pretty quick and easy. But this was a good buy. I really like this ribbon, and you got a lot in a roll too. For $1.25, you can't beat it. Just kind of shape it around there good, and then just go ahead and glue it off in the back. And I'm going to do that to all 3 of them. This was a Restoration Hardware inspired piece. I saw something real similar to this there. And then I'm just going to take my bird, put some E6000 glue on it and hot glue, and attach it to the top. And I'm going to do the other 2 exactly the same way. These turned out so pretty. I was really happy with these. Let me know what you think in the comments. This next one, I'm just going to take some Campbell's soup cans, and I'm going to paint these with metallic oil rub bronze paint. Then I'm going to take some bunnies, and I'm giving you the pattern for these in the download. Go ahead and cut 2 of them out, and we're going to start gluing them together. And then we are just going to stuff these little bunnies with some stuffing. But you're just going to go around the outside edge, kind of take your time on this, get it glued in, and then we're going to start stuffing it in sections. And the easiest way to do this was to take some tweezers and just kind of go ahead and keep stuffing it in there. And then next, go ahead and do the head area and then stuff it, and then do the body and stuff it. If you try to do it all in one, you'll never get it up into the ears. Okay, and once you get it completely stuffed, we're going to leave the bottom part open, and we're going to attach a stick and down in the bottom. We're going to take a 1/4 inch dowel stick. We're going to cut it at 6 inches in length, and then we're going to go ahead and attach it inside of that bunny, and then we'll glue it in. Just make sure it's even on 6 inches because we're going to do 3 of these. This is exactly the same way. And then just go ahead and glue that in. Okay, next I'm just going to take some ribbon and I'm just going to tie it right around the neck area. This is a super simple one. Like I said, I've given you the pattern in the description below. It's both in PDF if you want to hand cut it. If you want to use it with the SVG, I've included that as well. If you cut this by hand, go ahead and cut both layers together so that they're perfectly even. So I'm just going to take some jute rope. I'm going to put some glue on one end of it to hold it together. I'm going to wrap it around 3 times to see how much I need, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. And then I'm going to cut all 3 of them exactly the same. And then I'm just going to take a lighter to kind of get the little frayed edges off of these. Okay, then I'm just going to go ahead and start wrapping them. Just go ahead and put some glue on one end just to hold it together so it doesn't fray. And then just going to go ahead and start wrapping them all the way around 3 times. And do the same thing for the other 2. Then I'm going to take that same lattice ribbon, this wire ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom. And those miter shears really cut this good. It made it a little bit easier than using pliers. And I'm just going to use some hot glue and some E6000 glue on all of them. Just kind of run it along the base edge of both sides, and then you won't see it, and it'll stay real well. Just kind of shape it as you're going around there. Next, I'm just going to glue some floral foam in each one of these. And you don't need a lot. Kind of push it on down there a little bit because we are going to add some rocks. You don't want too much in there. Then I'm going to take some boxwoods and my little bunnies. I'm just going to put it right down into each one of these little cans. And I did 2 in a light gray and 1 in a darker gray. Just kind of give it a little contrast. And then on my boxwoods, I changed it up a little bit. I'm going to take these little bundles and I'm going to bundle 5 of them together. And I'm going to do 4 bundles for each one of the little cans. And I'm just going to take the 5 and put them a rubber band around them to hold them together. Next, I just got some rocks out of my yard, and I'm just going to go ahead and push these down into this can. Now, when we add this little fence thing to the back of it, you're going to have some weight in the front, otherwise it'll tip over. So just push those rocks as far down as you can. And then we're going to cover them up with the greenery here in a little bit. Okay, then we're going to just start gluing in our little bundles. We're going to put 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Next, I'm taking this little fence I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut the side pieces off. The little tabs that make it hang together. Just be careful with this because I did snap one of mine and I had to get another one. So just kind of take your time on cutting these pieces off. Okay, then I'm just going to start attaching it to my cans. I'm going to put one little peg into each one of my little cans. And then we're going to glue them in because it won't stand up straight if you don't. So just add a little bit of hot glue to the back on the peg and push it up against that can on each one of those. And hold it until it dries. Okay, then we're going to come back in and we're going to put the rest of the little bundles into the back area, so you can have 2 on each side in the back. All right, there you have it. I loved how this one turned out. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like. If you want to see future videos, be sure and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when I have another video upload. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.